Now, the associative learning. As we know, the associative learning, there is association with a certain stimulus, learning to respond to a previously insignificant event after it has been paired with a significant one. Means there was a certain stimulus happening and that was not significant enough previously. So, we did not respond to that stimulus, but that insignificant stimulus, if it happens along with the significant one for a certain time period, then what we will do? We will get accustomed to respond to that insignificant one. So, this associative learning, it has got two aspects. One is emotional aspect, that is dependent on amygdala, and other one is motor aspect, that is dependent on the cerebellum. So, we will get to know what is this emotional and motor aspect when we go through this certain slide. Okay. So, we can divide this associative learning. This associative learning we can call it as conditioning. We get conditioned. See, there is a certain stimulus. Say आप कोई बेल बजा रहे हैं तो आप उसको रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहे हो, बट वो बेल बजाने वाला, what is that bell, ringing of the bell, that is insignificant one. You are not responding to that sound of the bell. But if we associate that sound of the bell with the significant, say significant है कि आपका, we will just take about this conditioning, that is called as a conditioning. Classical conditioning example कि this classical conditioning example is, see in this one, if we look over here, the dog will respond to the presence of the food, and what is that response? Salivation. So, this presence of the food is the significant stimulus. Okay. Now, the ring of the bell, dog won't salivate because it is insignificant, but if we associate or make to happen this significant stimulus, the presence of the food along with the ringing of the bell, after certain time the dog will keep on salivating just by hearing the sound of the ring, because it gets conditioned or accustomed that at the time of the ringing of the bell there will be availability of the food. So, immediately the dog will start responding or salivating. That is called as classical conditioning. So, that is like the example of conditioning. So, the associative learning is also known as conditioning, and this is called as behavioral condition. The person's behavior will change. So, it is broadly divided into two types, the classical one and operant one. What is the difference between these two? Classical one means the previously neutral stimulus. What is the neutral stimulus? Ring of the bell. It elicits response after association with the natural unlearned stimulus, because the sight of the food, that is the natural stimulus. So, this natural stimulus, if it is associated with ringing of the bell, then after certain time the dog will start salivating. So, that is the classical conditioning. Now, what is operant conditioning? Operant conditioning is the behavior become associated with an environmental consequence, means the person, the subject will operate upon the environment. So, that operant conditioning, let us learn it by taking the example. One is either it can be the punishment or it can be the reinforcement. Punishment or reinforcement. If we look over here, in the case of the punishment, making a behavior less likely to occur. That is one type of the operant conditioning. That is with the punishment. And if you want to make a behavior more likely to occur, that is called as reinforcement. So, punishment, it can be positive punishment or the negative. Like say, आप बाइक ड्राइव कर रहे हो, गिविंग ए पनिशमेंट विदाउट द ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस, तो आप इसको फाइन कर दोगे. सो इम्पोजिशन ऑफ द फाइन, इफ यू ड्राइव ए व्हीकल विदाउट द ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस, so you are giving the punishment in the form of fine. So that is the positive punishment, means next time you won't drive without the driving license. Okay, so you are making the person to less likely to occur, means less likely to drive the bike without driving license. That is the positive punishment. What is the negative punishment? कि जैसे पेरेंट्स कहते हैं कि आप किसी एग्ज़ाम में फ्लंक कर गए हो, फेल कर गए हो, तो पहले आपको बाइक दी हुई थी, वो बाइक की चाबी ले ली है उन्होंने, आपसे छीन ली है. So that is the negative, means they are removing that reward, removal of a reward, and over here you are imposing the fine. That is the positive punishment, and this one is the negative punishment to decrease the behavior to the end result to occur. So if you take the key of the bike, so that next time उसे लगेगा कि फेल होने पे मेरे से बाइक ले ली गई थी, अब मैं पास होना है मुझे, इसलिए ये वाला आपका हो गया नेगेटिव. इसमें कि पिछले बार मैं बिना ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस के निकला था तो मेरा चालान कट गया था, तो इस बार मैं ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस के साथ निकलूंगा. ओके, दैट इज द पनिशमेंट पार्ट. द सेकेंड पार्ट ऑफ द ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग इज री इन्फोर्समेंट. मीन्स यू आर री इन्फोर्सिंग, यू आर इनकरेजिंग दैट पर्सन कि हाँ मुझे ये पर्टिकुलर सर्टन बिहेवियर अच्छा लग रहा है, आपको ये करना चाहिए. तो वी कैन डू इट विद टू वेज, पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव. अगेन पॉजिटिव इज गिविंग रिवॉर्ड कि आप क्लास में टॉप कर जाओ, मैं आपको बाइक दिलवा दूंगा. पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं ना कि आप पीएमटी क्लियर कर लो, आपको बाइक दिलवा दी जाएगी. सिमिलरली सर्कस में जैसे इसमें एग्जांपल दिखा रखा है, ट्रेंड लाइन टू डू सर्टेन एक्टिविटीज़, आफ्टर डूइंग दोज एक्टिविटीज़ ही विल गेट certain meat food, right? That's why this is the positive reinforcement. Negative reinforcement means removal of the punishment or the consequence increases the behavior. जैसे क्या करते हैं पेरेंट्स, ये एग्जांपल छोड़िए कि आप जैसे गर्मियों की छुट्टियां होती है, उसमें पेरेंट्स क्या करते हैं बच्चों को कि आपका टीवी देखना बंद है. कब देखा जाएगा टीवी? जब आप होमवर्क कर लोगे. तो आप फटाफट होमवर्क करते हो ताकि रिमूवल ऑफ द पनिशमेंट हो जाए. जैसे ही होमवर्क खत्म हुआ, आपके लिए पनिशमेंट है टीवी नहीं देखने देना, तो जैसे आप होमवर्क कर लोगे तो आपको टीवी देखने दिया जाएगा. सो रिमूवल ऑफ द पनिशमेंट विल अकर. पेरेंट्स को क्या चाहिए? होमवर्क कर ले, आपको चाहिए टीवी देखना, दोनों का काम हो गया. ठीक है. सो दिस इज नेगेटिव री-इन्फोर्समेंट. नाउ द एग्जाम्पल, द क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग, द सेम. इट वॉज स्टडीड इन लार्ज डिटेल बाय पावलोव. दैट्स वाई दिस इज ऑल्सो नोन एज पावलोवियन एक्सपेरिमेंट. इन द फर्स्ट diagram this is food. By the sighting of the food, the dog is salivating. In the second thing, we are providing the food along with the ringing of the bell. The dog is salivating. Why the dog is salivating? Dog is salivating because of the presence of the food, not because of the ringing of the bell. But it gets associated for certain times, like say for a few weeks or few months. Then this dog will get accustomed कि जैसे ही बेल बजती है फूड मिलेगा तो he will automatically start salivating. So what is food? Food is unconditioned stimulus, that the natural stimulus. And what is the reflex? Salivation. Now conditioned stimulus is sound of the bell, and this is actually the extinction or internal inhibition. Means why after a certain time period dog will start salivating with just the sound of the bell, because of the formation of new functional connection in the nervous system. And what are these new functional system? Salivation happens due to autonomic nervous system, right? Autonomic nervous system. Now the ringing of the bell, that goes to the auditory cortex. So there will be connection with the salivating part of the autonomic nervous system through the auditory pathways. So that new functional connection will happen. That results into classical conditioning. And for this classical conditioning to happen, these are the prerequisite. Means that dog should be alert and in good health. Timing of conditioned stimulus and unconditioned stimulus. Yes, this is very important कि आपने जैसे फूड प्रोवाइड किया और डॉग ने स्लाइवेट करना स्टार्ट कर दिया, तो आपको जो अनकंडीशनड स्टिमुलस है, रिंगिंग ऑफ द बेल, इट शुड बी बिफोर, कि आप पहले बेल बजाओगे उसके बाद उसको फूड ला के दोगे तब स्लाइवेट होएगा. अगर आपने फूड पहले प्रोवाइड कर दिया तो डॉग स्लाइवेट कर रहा है, उसके बाद आप चाहे रिंग बेल बजाओ या ना बजाओ, उससे कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा. सो यू हैव टू हैव द टाइमिंग ऑफ दिस रिंगिंग ऑफ द बेल बिफोर द availability of the food. Okay, and it is for certain period. एक बार में नहीं होगा, कई बार आपको करना पड़ेगा, तब जाके the dog will get accustomed or conditioned to that certain insignificant stimulus. And you have to keep on reinforcing. Means what does it means? It means कि आपने 1 month तक दोनों को अकम्पनी किया, द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द फूड एंड रिंगिंग ऑफ द बेल. सो आफ्टर दैट टाइम, अब 1 महीने के बाद आपने क्या किया, रिंग ऑफ द बेल किया, डॉग विल स्टार्ट स्लाइवेटिंग. फिर आपने फूड प्रोवाइड नहीं किया, दूसरे दिन किया, दूसरे दिन स्लाइवेट करेगा, फिर भी फूड प्रोवाइड नहीं किया. ऐसे ऐसे कब तक चलेगा? 3 या 4 दिन तक चलेगा. नाउ द डॉग विल गेट अकस्टम्ड कि हाँ फूड प्रोवाइड नहीं हो रहा है, ये ऐसे ही बेल बज रही है, ही विल स्टॉप स्लाइवेटिंग. सो देयर शुड नीड ऑफ द री इन्फोर्समेंट. पॉजिटिव री इन्फोर्समेंट होता रहना चाहिए, तभी इट विल सस्टेन्ड. ओके, दैट वाई द कंडीशन रिफ्लेक्स विल सस्टेन. नाउ द सेकेंड इज ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग. This is also known as type 2. The classical conditioning is called as type 1. This is called as type R. That is called as type S. These are different names. And this one is also called as trial and error conditioning. Trial and error. And this was studied in larger detail by the Skinner. So the example is this diagram of the Skinner. What does the Skinner, like what Skinner did? He took a rat and put it in a box. This is called a Skinner box, and it is attached with the outside environment. See, this is food pellet dispenser, and there is a bar over here, this lever bar. So initially when you put a rat in this box, what does the rat do? A rat will, by natural, like but natural, he will explore this box. Okay, and while doing so, he will touch each and everything. So as soon as he touches this lever, this bar gets depressed, and because of the depression of the bar, the attachment is so that as soon as this bar gets pressed, there will be dispenser of the food over here. So rat ne, in curiosity, it explored the box, and because of the pressing of this bar, there is availability of the food. First time हुआ. Now in the next time again the rat will do this thing. So after doing 5 or 10 times or 15 or 20 times, multiple times, the rat will get accustomed, like he will get used to this thing, like by pressing the bar he will get the food. So finally the rat will press the bar, will get the food. Again he will press the bar. So he will learn to operate upon this environment surrounding of his, like he has to press for the food, he has to press the bar for the food. So that's why it is called as operant conditioning. Means operating on the environment in a manner which is rewarding. Rewarding is food. So learn to respond in a particular way on the basis of the past experience. So past experience is multiple hit and trial method, trial and error conditioning. Initially automatically he won't, like you put the rat over here and he will automatically go and press the bar. No, he will press the bar, he will press this part, this part, this part. So automatically finally he will get used to this thing. That's why this is known as on the basis of the past experience. Reward conditioning and aversive conditioning. Now the second part is, if instead of attachment of this, like say this bar, see if we look over this thing, the bar, because of the pressing of the bar, either there will be availability of the food, but if we remove this part and because of the pressing of the bar there is water inflow. So if first time the rat presses this bar, there is inflow of the water. After certain time, second or third or four or five, like 5th to 10th time, he will get learned to this thing, like by pressing the bar there is presence of water. So that is the aversive reward. Okay, so he will stop pressing this bar. That's why it is called as either reward conditioning or aversive conditioning. So that is the operant conditioning. Now if we look at what are the difference between the classical or the Pavlovian conditioning or the operant conditioning or the Skinner conditioning. In the classical conditioning, subject responds passively to the change in the environment. Like actively the subject is not participating, actively the dog is not participating, he is passive. But in the case of the operant conditioning, actively operates on the environment in the Skinner experiment. Second is subject cannot control or trigger the event. कि फूड प्रोवाइड करना सब्जेक्ट के हाथ में नहीं है, बट इन दिस वन सब्जेक्ट कैन ट्रिगर द सीक्वेंस ऑफ इवेंट्स. थर्ड इज रिस्पॉन्स इज टू कंडीशनड स्टिमुलस, like there is a conditioning, but in this operant conditioning the response is to learning from the past experience, right? And in classical conditioning, response is a reflex action. Reflexively, the salivation is not under the motor control, it is reflexive action. But in operant conditioning, response is a voluntary motor action, like pressing the bar or not pressing the bar, right? So that is the conditioning part.